Hola, bienvenidos de nuevo. Hoy vamos a cubrir el verbo ir, una conversación telefónica y hablar un poquito sobre la geografía de España. Today we're going to cover the verb ir, which means to go, to have a telephone conversation, very short telephone conversation, and we're going to also talk about the geography of Spain. Okay, empecemos con el verbo ir. Let's start with ir. First of all, we need to conjugate the verb ir. It's an irregular verb, it's very irregular. Repite, por favor. Yo voy. Remember, the V is a soft B sound. Yo voy. Tú vas. Él va. Nosotros vamos. Vosotros vais. Ellos van. Una vez más. Voy. Vas. Va. Vamos. Vais, van. Repite. Voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. Bien. Ahora, vámonos. What does that mean? That means let's go. Vámonos. Let's go. ¿A dónde vas? Where are you going? To where are you going? Where are you going? ¿A dónde vas? So we can use voy, which means I'm going, to, and then a destination. We use to would be a. Voy al cine. I'm going to the movie theater. O voy a la iglesia. I'm going to the church. Now you may notice that we have al instead of a el. Instead of voy a el cine. Whenever, this is a common contraction in Spanish. I'm going to teach you two contractions. Whenever a and el is together, it becomes al. Voy al cine. So that's one. The other one is de and el. Por ejemplo, el libro de el profesor, the book of the professor, his book, de and el are together, so they become del. Those are the two most common contractions in Spanish. Anytime you have a, el, it's just al. De, el, del. Bien? Continuemos. Let's continue. We're talking about where we're going, so we need to know how to say some places to go to, right? Here's a list. I'm going to read through them like we do. Please repeat. El cine. Repite. El cine. The movie theater. El centro comercial. El centro comercial. The shopping center. La iglesia. La iglesia. Church. El museo. El museo. The museum. La piscina. La piscina. The pool. La librería. La librería. Librería is not library, do you remember? It's bookstore. La biblioteca. La biblioteca es library. La tienda. La tienda is it's like the general word for store. Por ejemplo, tienes la tienda de discos, the record store, la tienda de zapatos, the shoe store, de ropa, the clothing store. Okay? El gimnasio, repite, el gimnasio, the gym. El teatro, the theater. El estadio, the stadium. La facultad, la facultad. La facultad is like a department of a university. So sometimes when people are going to class, to the university, they will say, voy a la facultad. I'm going to the department, so to speak. You have la facultad de medicina, the medical department. La facultad de derecho, the law department. Okay, so it's part of a university. El banco means bank. El banco also means bench, but in this case we're talking about the bank. El banco. La plaza. In most Hispanic cities, there's at least one plaza. Some are bigger than others. Sometimes have una gran plaza, una plaza grande, or plazas pequeñas. They're like meeting points for people. El parque, repite, el parque. La oficina de correos. La oficina de correos. The post office. El supermercado. El supermercado. The supermarket. The grocery store. La cafetería. La cafetería. La cafetería is like a cafe. Okay, more places, más lugares, more places. A lot of places in Spanish end in E-R-I-A, erilla, E-R-I with an accent A. And whatever you're selling is the first part of the word, and erilla means that's a place where you sell that. For example, la zapatería. Para comprar los zapatos, to buy shoes, para comprar los zapatos, vas a la zapatería. You go to the shoe store. Para comprar el pan, to buy the bread, para comprar el pan, vas a la panadería. Para comprar carne, vas a la carnicería. La carnicería is the butcher shop. Okay, panadería is a certain type of bakery. Butcher shop. Y para comprar perfume, pues claro, vas a la perfumería. To buy perfume, you go to the perfumería. Bien. Finalmente, la pastelería, para comprar pasteles, tartas, bombones, so chocolates, pastries, cakes and things. That's where you go to la pastelería. Bien. Practicamos un poquito. Práctica. Número 1. Nosotros, we, do you remember what the form of the, let's go over one more time. Voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. So nosotros vamos. Nosotros vamos al parque por la tarde. We go to the park in the afternoon. Número 2. Ustedes van, the last form. Ustedes van al banco para depositar el dinero. You go to the bank to deposit the money. Número 3. Miquela va a la plaza para dar un paseo. Miquela is going to the plaza to take a walk. Número 4. Mis hijos is like ellos, right? There's 2 of them. So it's like ellos van a la piscina todos los días en verano. My children go to the pool every day in the summer. Y finalmente, número 5. Tú vas a la iglesia este domingo. Are you going to church this Sunday? ¿Tú vas a la iglesia este domingo? Muy bien. Now, we can talk about using the verb ir to talk about actually going. It means to go, so obviously it means to go to a place. But you can also use ir to mean going to do something. So without actually knowing the future tense, we can talk about the future. What are you going to do this weekend? Por ejemplo, ¿qué vas a hacer este fin de semana? What are you going to do this weekend? Repite, ¿qué vas a hacer este fin de semana? Voy a ir a un museo este fin de semana. I'm going to go to a museum this weekend. Voy a ir. So you have ir plus a plus an infinitive, just a verb. Okay? Okay, dime 3 lugares y 3 actividades. Tell me 3 places you're going and 3 activities, 3 things that you are going to do. Okay, take a minute and do that. Okay, 3 places. So you're going to start off with voy a la zapatería. Necesito zapatos. Voy a la zapatería. I'm going to the shoe store. That's a Z. Voy a la zapatería. I'm going to the shoe store to buy shoes. Voy al parque. I'm going to the park. Para un picnic, for a picnic. Voy al parque. Voy a comprar comida. Voy al supermercado. Remember, al is the contraction, a el. So that's 3 places I'm going. Now, what are the 3 things I'm going to do? Voy a cocinar. This is a regular AR verb. It means to cook. I'm going to cook. Voy a cocinar. Voy a trabajar en el jardín. I'm going to work in the garden. Voy plus a plus the verb. I'm going to work in the garden. Y finalmente voy a lavar la ropa. I'm going to wash clothes, do laundry. Voy a lavar. I'm going to wash the clothes. Ok, muy bien. Ahora, a continuación, vamos a tener una conversación telefónica. Hola, ahora vamos a hablar por teléfono. Muy bien. Por teléfono, on the phone. Saludos. You don't say hola when you answer the phone in Spanish. You say, in Spain, you say diga, repite, diga, diga. In many other countries, they say aló, repite, aló. In Mexico, lots of times they say bueno, bueno, repite, bueno. So those are 3 ways you can answer the phone. Hola is not the correct way. Okay? Ahora vamos a tener una conversación telefónica. Now we're going to have a telephone conversation. You're going to be letter A, and I'm going to be letter B. I am calling you to invite you to go somewhere. So I'm going to call you, and you're going to answer the phone, diga, and then I'm going to say, hello, I'm calling, and then you say, hola, hi. And then I say, do you want to go somewhere? And you say, I don't know, no sé, a qué hora, you say that. Then I tell you the time. Then you can decide if you want to go. If you want to go, you say, sí, vale. Nos vemos, we'll see each other soon. Sí, vale, nos vemos. Or if you don't want to go, you say, no, lo siento, no, I'm sorry, no puedo, I can't. Tengo que estudiar, por ejemplo. I have to do something. Tengo que estudiar. Vale, vamos a ver. Bring, bring. Answer the phone. Diga. Hola, llama Kathryn. ¿Quieres ir al cine? A las 4 de la tarde. Okay, so you say, sí. I asked you if you want to go to the movies at 4 o'clock. You're going to say, sí, vale, o no, lo siento, no puedo, tengo que estudiar, por ejemplo. Bien? That's a very short, basic telephone conversation. Okay, a continuación vamos a hablar de España. Ahora vamos a hablar un poquito sobre la geografía de España. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the geography of Spain. Aquí tenemos el país de España. Here is the country of Spain. You notice está en Europa, it's in Europe. Tiene frontera con Francia. It has a frontier, frontera, I mean border. Frontera means border. Con Francia, with France. To the north, al norte. Y comparte la península con el país de Portugal. It shares the peninsula with the country of Portugal. Okay. Al oeste de España hay el océano Atlántico, el Atlántico. There's the Atlantic Ocean on the west. On the east is el Mar Mediterráneo, the Mediterranean Sea. There are 3 islands right here, las Islas Baleares, Mallorca, Menorca, y Ibiza. Son de mucho turismo. They're very popular tourist destinations, these islands. Spain also possesses islands, the Canary Islands, las Islas Canarias. They're way down off the west coast of Africa. Spain also has 2 cities in Africa, Melilla y Ceuta. Okay. Las ciudades principales. Madrid, la capital, and here we have a picture of La Plaza Mayor, the biggest plaza in Madrid. The center of Madrid is called La Plaza Mayor, and that's this picture here. Barcelona es la segunda ciudad más grande. Barcelona is the second largest city. Y aquí hay una foto de la Sagrada Familia. La Sagrada Familia es un punto de interés muy importante en la ciudad de Barcelona. The Sagrada Familia is a very important point of interest in the city of Barcelona. Valencia también es una ciudad muy grande. Y Sevilla, we say Seville in English, it's Sevilla in Spanish. So aquí está Madrid. Madrid está justo en el centro del país. It's just in the center. Barcelona over here on the Mediterranean coast. Valencia to the southeast. And then way down in the south, you have Seville. Algunas regiones, there's many regions in the country of Spain, and the culture varies from region to region. Here are a few: Castilla, Catalunya, Galicia, Andalucía, el País Vasco. So that's Castile, Catalunya, Galicia, Andalucía, and the Basque Country. Hablemos un poquito sobre Castilla-La Mancha. Castilla-La Mancha is located here in the center of Spain. And this is Don Quixote land. It's famous for Don Quixote. Here we have Don Quixote y un molino de viento, a windmill, un molino de viento. Don Quixote fue escrito por Cervantes. Don Quixote was written by Cervantes hace 400 años, 400 years ago. And it's still a very important book in literature. There's a famous cheese that comes from Castilla-La Mancha called manchego, el queso, cheese, el queso manchego. And they also grow the flowers from which you get saffron. Azafrán in English means saffron. So they also produce saffron. Catalunya. Catalunya is located on the Mediterranean here, up here by France. It's famous for its architecture by Gaudí, Antonio Gaudí, la arquitectura de Antonio Gaudí. Here's one of his most famous buildings, La Pedrera, which is in the center of the shopping or business district of Barcelona. But he has his architecture all over the city of Barcelona. It's a very beautiful city. It's also known for some bohemian artists, Dalí, Salvador Dalí, Miró, Juan Miró, y Picasso, Pablo Picasso. Also in Barcelona se encuentra La Rambla. La Rambla means like an avenue. And La Rambla in Barcelona is a long avenue that you walk down. They sell magazines, newspapers, flowers, birds, bunnies, different things. They sell all kinds of different things, and there's many street performers. It's a very lively part of the city, and it's very interesting. Okay, another important region in Spain is Galicia. Galicia is located just to the north of Portugal. So it's on the Atlantic coast. Galicia is known for its raíces celtas. It has Celtic roots. Raíces means roots. So it has Celtic roots, and in some ways it even almost looks like Ireland because it's very green. It's much greener than the majority of the Spanish country. Forma parte de la Costa Verde. It's part of the Green Coast. Here you have a picture of the coast, very rugged. And then there's a lot of folklore that comes from Galicia. One of them is the meigas. Las meigas are like brujas. They're like witches that live in the woods or whatever. And people will say, I've never seen them, but I know they're there. So they're sort of like leprechauns as far as folklore. Okay? Andalucía. I'll go back. Andalucía is down here, the southernmost part of Spain. It includes Sevilla, Granada, Málaga, important cities. It is el origen de flamenco. Flamenco dancing, guitar, singing comes from Andalucía. También viene la leyenda de Don Juan, the legend of Don Juan. Don Juan is the ladies' man. It's been written about in many, many works of literature. They refer to Don Juan. And also, las corridas de toros son muy populares. The bullfighting is very popular in Andalucía. It's popular in Spain in general, but it's definitely more popular in Andalucía than certain other regions. Okay. Now, it may interest you to know that actually there are 5 languages that are spoken in Spain, in the country of Spain. First, we have el castellano. El castellano is basically the same as el español. Castellano is Castilian Spanish, which is the closest thing to just regular Spanish. But many times in Spain, la gente no dice hablo español, la gente dice hablo castellano. Instead of saying I speak Spanish, they say I speak Castilian, hablo castellano. So throughout the country, in the majority of the country, almost everybody speaks castellano, so they can communicate with the whole country. But in certain regions like Catalonia, they have another language. In Catalonia and Barcelona, the city of Catalonia, they speak Catalan. El Catalán es una lengua parecida al español. It's a similar language to compared to Spanish or Castilian, but it is enough different that it's considered its own language. And it is a Romance language, like French, French, Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, are all Latin languages, lenguas latinas, okay? El gallego is the language of Galicia. It's like in between Portuguese and Spanish, so it's very close to Spanish. If you know Spanish, you can pretty much read gallego, but it sounds quite a bit different. We'll come back to Vasco. El valenciano es muy parecido al catalán. The language they speak in Valencia is very similar to Catalan, but it is considered its own language. But then you have el Vasco, the Basque language, which in their own language is called euskera. This is interesting because euskera is not a Latin language, and it is very not alike any of these languages at all. It is completely different, and it's kind of a mystery how that language came to be there, but that's where that language originated, in the Basque Country. Okay, algunos productos españoles, a few Spanish products. El Seat, it's not Seat, it's Seat. The Seat is una marca de coches. It's a brand of cars. So they do have a brand of cars that's from Spain. Las aceitunas y el aceite de oliva. The olives and olive oil. Here you have a little picture. Those are products that come from Spain. Las clementines, maybe you've seen them at the grocery store. Those come from Spain. They're little oranges, very, very delicious. And then there's a clothing store or brand, una marca, que se llama Zara. Zara is located throughout Spain, and all the major cities have a Zara. It's a women's clothing store, men's and women. And but there's even Zara in New York and Athens and different countries, different major cities. Another, which I don't have here, but another important economic industry in Spain is tourism, el turismo. España es uno de los países con más turismo del mundo. It's one of the largest tourist countries in the world. Okay, algunos españoles famosos. There are many, many famous Spanish people currently and from long ago. Here are just a few of the ones that are currently very popular. Pedro Almodóvar. You may have seen him win he's won 2 or 3 Academy Awards. He's a director. He makes his movies in the country of Spain. And he's a very good Spanish director. Penelope Cruz es una actriz. She's an actress. Javier Bardem es un actor. Both Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem have made movies in Spain, but also in the United States and other countries as well. Y finalmente tenemos Adolfo Domínguez. Adolfo Domínguez is un diseñador. He's a designer, and he coined the phrase, La arruga es bella. Wrinkles are beautiful. So, because his clothes are a little wrinkly sometimes. Okay. Algunos platos españoles, a few Spanish dishes. First, we have maybe the most famous is la paella, and here's a picture of la paella. La paella is the name of the dish. It's also the name of the pan that they use to cook the dish in. It's called una paella. And you start with rice and saffron, yellow rice or rice with saffron, azafran. Arroz is rice, arroz con azafran. And then you add, depending on the region, they add different things. You can add pollo, chicken, guisantes, peas, mejillones, mussels, gambas, shrimp, conejo, rabbit, different things. Y le echas limón, you put lemon on it. And usually you share it because they make a larger portion, so you share with a couple people. Okay, la tortilla de patatas. La tortilla de patatas no tiene nada que ver con las tortillas mexicanas. It has nothing like a Mexican tortilla, which is with flour or corn. This is with potatoes, eggs and potatoes, huevos y patatas. So it's a potato omelet. It's very delicious, and it's a very common food in Spain. People eat it all the time. Las patatas bravas are like fried potatoes. Patatas are potatoes. In Spain, you say patatas. In the rest of Latin America, you say las papas. Las patatas bravas are fried potatoes with sort of a spicy just sauce, like a barbecue sauce with spice in it. So it's una salsa picante, a spicy sauce. Y finalmente, de postre, for dessert, we have el flan. El flan is like a caramel custard. Even in Barcelona, it's called la crema catalana, Catalan custard, but it originated in Spain, el flan. Muy bien, esto es solo un poquito sobre el país de España. Nos vemos, chao, chao.